I received this message last night in response to the videos that I make for social media. This is what it says. I'm going to give you some advice, and you may not like it. If you are bipolar, you should take your meds. Your obsession with God, light, and dark, etc., are all symptomatic of this disorder. I watched as you played Stella by Starlight, and I would suggest, because it is a ballad, that you play the melody only at slow tempo on single strings, and for inspiration, listen to Miles' version. Then build your guitar arrangement on that. I hope you are not offended by my observations. I have no gods or demons, and I am responsible for my actions until I am not. I choose now to share this message because it is part of a bigger conversation. It is a conversation about mental health, yes. It is also a conversation about how we help one another and how we speak into one another's lives. The sender of this message makes it clear that he is aware of the potential offense that the message may cause. It is important to note in this instant that I do not have a personal relationship with this individual. It is also important to note that by posting personal things on social media, I have made my personal life a public issue. This is a conscious decision on my part. The sender of this message seems to be unclear on whether he is giving advice, suggestions, or simply making observations. Three very different things. It is possible that if the sender knew that on 3 different occasions I gave myself completely to a psychotropic pharmaceutical solution to bipolar disorder, that maybe his understanding would be different for me. This individual is neither a spiritual advisor or a medical doctor. He is aware that his expression may be offensive, and yet he continues. He goes on to suggest how I should approach Stella by Starlight. This is a different consideration here because this person does happen to be a masterful guitar player. I do, however, still find the message lost in the hubris of the overall approach. Miles Davis, as we all know, showed us all about how to respect the space between phrases and notes, and this is absolutely a very important lesson for us all to look at. Also, Miles Davis was one of many young black men who rose up with this great intelligence and creativity that the world had not ever experienced yet in jazz music. When I first received this message last night, I started to shoot off a reply. And I could not find a response in those first moments that did not give away my power. What I mean is that as controlled as I tried to make my response, it was still reactionary. And reactionary is what we're trying to move past, right? I am grateful that my work gets some kind of response from someone. That's a good thing. I certainly do not want to discourage that. However, because a deep part of my work is the encouragement of these helpful and sacred intergenerational exchanges, this is a great place to talk about this. I'm going to assume that the sender of this message really just wants to help. Also, I believe that anything that annoys, frustrates, or is hurtful to me in this message is something that I need to deal with in myself. I create these videos with the intent of opening my process so that we can learn from that. Part of my process is learning to respond in strength. I am grateful for you, my audience, my listener. I'm grateful that you took the time to spend with me right now. I invite you to be a part of this conversation because this is an important conversation. It's not about me, and it's not about the sender of the message. It's about us and how we work with one another, how we intentionally have these sacred intergenerational exchanges.
Slow moving river on banks of October. Slow moving river, won't you take us to our home?